Hi, I'm Jerry Fuller, Executive Director of the Associated Colleges of Illinois. Welcome to the third segment of our Business Basics series. We're going to talk about operations, the department that's responsible for making sure the organization is running at maximum efficiency. Thank you.
In most well-run organizations, someone's always watching to see if the company, its individual departments, and employees can be more productive. That's the job of the operations department, to evaluate how everything from machinery to people can work more effectively. The last segment we watched was about marketing, the organizational function that's all about building revenue. Operations? That's all about profit. If you've ever had a summer job in manufacturing, retailing, or fast food, it's almost a guarantee that someone in operations had something to do with the way you were trained to do your job. And believe it or not, they might have made your job easier and safer to do. Operations staffers might have made your workspace more ergonomic so you could work more comfortably and efficiently. They might have cross-trained you on several jobs so you wouldn't get bored and distracted. Boredom slows productivity and raises costs. And they might have provided you with special equipment or clothing so you could do your work without hurting yourself. The operations department watches processes and behaviors so they can boost profitability with the smallest of changes. Operations departments exist in both product and service-based companies. Let's take a look at how the operations department functions from a leadership standpoint. Depending on the company, the head of operations is either the president or the chief operations officer. Sometimes those titles are merged. Right below that C-suite post might be a series of vice presidents who directly supervise some of the critical areas we'll cover here: supply chain, manufacturing, and distribution. Depending on the industry of the organization you're assigned to, you may see special operating functions beyond that. At individual business units, you'll see general managers supervising operations-level employees in both white and blue-collar positions. Senior operations chiefs typically have advanced degrees in business, industrial, computer, and mechanical engineering, operations, and manufacturing. On the assembly line, you may see workers at all levels of education and training observing processes throughout the production chain. In fact, it's a good thing if you see senior management on the factory floor. It means they care at the highest levels of the company. The operations department assures that the product meets the expectation of customers. Happy customers stay loyal and can be the ultimate driver of the company's growth. Like most departments within an organization, activities mirror the business. Product-based companies are often manufacturers, and you'll find operations focuses most of its attention on the full range of tasks that bring a product from design to distribution. So let's start there. Companies that make a physical product typically do their own manufacturing. On the news, we typically see extremely high-tech assembly plants with robots on the assembly line and computerized functions keeping everything in sequence. Most plants aren't like that. Most have lower levels of automation and organization. A small furniture manufacturer, for instance, would look much more like an elaborate wood shop with skilled carpenters working on individual pieces. Most products take a great deal of hands-on work from human beings. In most factories, there is some sort of organized step-by-step process to make a product from raw materials. Assembly lines are the norm. One person making one product at a time is highly inefficient and is only appropriate for certain art items, custom work, or very small businesses. The managers in a manufacturing company are in charge of defining the steps to make the product, designing the assembly line, securing the necessary equipment, hiring the right workers, training them to do the job, and making sure they have the supplies they need. We mentioned earlier that operations staff has a direct connection to profitability issues. In observing, analyzing, and recommending changes in manufacturing processes, operation team members contribute to efficiency on the floor and related cost savings. That has a meaningful effect on company profitability, from the selection of raw materials to the shipment of the finished product. As mentioned, workplace safety is a critical matter for the operations department. Operation workers may have to certify compliance with internal safety regulations governing operation of factories, laboratories, industrial kitchens, foundries, and any other settings where workers might come into contact with dangerous conditions. Operations may also have to monitor processes to follow external regulations on food and product safety to ensure that business customers and ordinary consumers aren't harmed. Safety isn't just a virtuous idea. Enforcement and strengthening of workplace and product safety rules has a direct impact on profitability. Safer workforces are generally more efficient, and companies that pay attention to product safety generally are better received in the marketplace. As long as a factory is considered safe for employees and under regulatory compliance, the operations team can finally focus its attention on throughput. Throughput is the rate at which raw materials become finished products. This is the stage where operations staff can take a microscopic view of various processes throughout the manufacturing cycle to improve product quality, efficiency, and eventually profitability. In the next segment, we'll look at how the operations department manages the entire supply chain and other critical company processes.